Today on Studio G, reporter Jordan Hardy informs us on how Obamacare is affecting Nevadans.
And Bree Padilla gives us our 7-day forecast and updates on the severe weather that's happening in the Midwest.
And we tune in to Bree Bradley to see what's happening in the world of trackside. All this and more coming up on Studio G.
Hello and welcome to Studio G. I'm Honey Love.
And I'm Farron Enos.
A pedestrian was killed yesterday afternoon. According to the police, a 33-year-old woman was killed while jaywalking across Cimarron Road near Laredo Street. The female was struck by a Honda Accord that was headed northbound on Cimarron. She died instantly on the scene. This is the 39th accident involving a pedestrian and the 94th fatal accident this year.
Several tornadoes hit the Midwest yesterday. 6 people are dead in Illinois, including an 80-year-old man and a 78-year-old sister, and others were injured in different parts of Illinois. According to the alternative press, around 250 to 500 homes were either damaged or destroyed after the powerful tornado struck.
Our house was just beyond the deck.
What's all this here?
And this was my business, and we had bedrooms above the garage, so above the car here were our bedrooms, and yeah, I mean, a lot of people have a pile of rubble still, and I don't have anything. My whole, it's gone. I don't know where it went.
The thunderstorms and strong winds hit 12 states. According to the Weather Channel, there were 40 reports of tornadoes across Indiana, Kentucky, Missouri, and Ohio. Illinois was the most affected. We will keep you updated as we receive more information. Around 30,000 participants were running, jogging, and sprinting their way to the finish line on Las Vegas Boulevard for the Rock and Roll Marathon last night. Runners came from 50 states and 52 countries to participate in the event. Stay tuned for tomorrow's show as reporter Bree Padilla will give us full details on the marathon.
Obamacare. The president says that if your insurance got canceled, you can keep it for another year. But some doctors worry that Nevadans will continue to go without health insurance. Studio G reporter Jordan Hardy has more.
It's this countdown that reminds Nevadans they have until January 1st to enroll for coverage, but doctors are concerned Nevadans aren't signing up.
Family practitioner Dr. Dahlia Wax offers $50 visits for patients without health care, but she too is concerned that people are not enrolling.
I don't think one of my patients have signed up yet, and I encourage them to, but they can't. They haven't found something that they can afford.
Nearly half of the patients she sees are already uninsured, but Nevadan Stefania Hawley plans to sign up for the exchange program.
I don't like my insurance that I have actually now. It's very expensive and I would like to change it, but I couldn't because I had thyroid cancer in 2009 and I will not be able to change insurance, and now I can. And so I will be able to shop around and to find a better plan.
Hawley has high hopes for Obamacare.
I think in a few years people are going to look back and they're going to say, oh, thank goodness we have this stuff now, because they don't realize what it is to be sick and not have a health insurance. I don't think so. I mean, the health people especially do not realize that.
Another 32,000 people have applications in progress, and the state says Nevadans will have until the end of March before they face a tax penalty. But Dr. Wax says the more we prolong the system, the worse it's going to get.
Yeah, we could keep delaying this more and more, but we almost need to see if this is a system that's not going to work. I think we just need to see this now so that we can maybe fix it. If it's a system that is going to work, then let the system run the way it's supposed to, and then I guess everything corrects itself.
For Studio G, I'm Jordan Hardy.
The exchange reported that 26,000 people in Nevada are currently eligible for Medicaid. Right now in Nevada, a quarter of the population is without health insurance.
After the break, reporter Elena Ledbetter updates us on the state of recovery in the Philippines.
Stay with us.
Your community's farmers market. Welcoming, lively, friendly. A place where neighbors and friends come together to celebrate their community. With over 50 vendors, organic, sustainable, fresh produce are available just for you. Support and buy local at Fresh 52.
Welcome back from the break. We have an update on the aid in the Philippines. Elena?
Hi, honey. I do have an update for you. Since the storm that hit the Philippines last Friday, it left the provinces in the Philippines, Leyte and Samar, in shambles. They do have, with so much damage, poor sanitation, a lack of medicine, and stagnant water poses a further health threat, such as that are hitting parts of the country, but there are students at a university in neighboring islands that are helping out. I was able to sit down with a student from a university over Skype and ask him how they're helping with this tragedy.
I mean, this is normal for us, but not this bad. I'd like to think that it defied the laws of physics. You know, it was just something that we never could prepare for.
Miko Clavano, a student at Ateneo de Manila University, worked for the last 7 days this week with other volunteers at his university to provide aid for those who are affected by the storm. Haion's ferocity set records, sustaining winds of 160 miles an hour and gusts up to 186 miles an hour across the Leyte, Samar, and northern parts of the Cebu Islands, leaving families with nothing. Clavano is thankful the storm did not affect his family.
My family in Cebu, they live in the city, which wasn't as affected as the northern part of Cebu.
But this does not mean Clavano will not help those in need. His university has set a goal of providing more than 82,000 white bags filled with goods that will feed a family of 4.
Here at Ateneo, we load these sacks of rice, water, and canned goods into trucks of the Philippine Marine. Then they're the ones in charge of transporting these all the way to the affected areas down south.
Clavano and his entire school, about 18,000 volunteers, have been working non-stop since last Monday. Clavano has put in about 30 to 40 hours of volunteer work so far and plans to continue. He encourages all who are wanting to help to donate the most important resources the island needs right now.
Any type of donation would be welcome, but I suggest, first of all, to donate the most basic needs, which is water and food.
And now 20 countries have been pledging to help provide resources for the Philippines. As Clavano said, natural disasters are familiar in the Philippines, and Leyte and Samar are among the poorest provinces in the country. Clavano sees poor political control and authority as the reason for the scant aid in his country.
In times like these, you just have to scrap all politics that you're into and just help out.
Clavano also said during the interview the country is looking at an estimated cost of $12 billion to bring the provinces back to what they were before the storm. We will keep you posted on the status of the Philippines as more information comes in. And on Wednesday, our reporter Shelly Salbito will provide information on how to donate directly to the Philippines from the States. Reporting from the newsroom live, I'm Elena Ledbetter. Now let's send it over to Bree Padilla to update us on the weather that has been affecting the Midwest.
Good afternoon, guys. I'm Bree Padilla here with your weekly forecast and a little bit of an update with what's going on in the Midwest. Right now for us, though, it's only 64 degrees. We have very low winds, which is kind of lucky. All right, as you can see again, in 1949, it was 79 degrees. We're about 10 degrees shy, 15 now, Okay, so in this part of the country, it's relatively quiet, which is actually pretty standard for what we're going to see. Things have quieted down a little bit. We're going to get a little bit of action on the East Coast. So it's 43 in Medford, a little bit colder. All right, and then as you can see here, there's a little bit of storms brewing out by Seattle. And then really we have a cold front and snow flurries going on in the East Coast. As you can see, we're pretty stagnant in the Southwest. I'm pretty sure they're a little bit happier to see that. All right, guys, here is tomorrow's forecast for the country. In Chicago, we have 46, Kansas City, 57, and Albuquerque, 62. All right, here's our forecast for the week. As you can see, it's going to be cloudy in the middle of the week, and that is all I have for you. Bundle up today, guys, and look forward to some sunny weather on Sunday. Stay tuned for more news after the break.
I think what a lot of people don't realize, we provide 1,300 hot meals a day through 3 of our kitchens. We have about 650 people sleeping in beds provided by the Salvation Army every night. We have 127,000 of people that we touch every year. It's huge, and people have no idea that we do more than have thrift stores and ring bells at Christmas.
For young people in the child welfare or foster care system, life is not always simple or easy. An ongoing Lindsay Institute project examines some of the obstacles these youth face. Reporter Tommy Laren brings us more.
Pregnancy is no cakewalk, even under the best of circumstances. Imagine how difficult it can be for young women in the foster care system. Members of the Lindsay Institute, housed on the second floor of our very own Greenspun Hall, are studying this trend as a part of the Dreamer Project. The purpose of this federally funded Dreamer, the Determined, Responsible, Empowered Adolescents Mentoring Relationship Project, is to reduce pregnancy among foster youth. According to the Administration on Youth and Families Children's Bureau, nearly 160,000 adolescents are in the foster care system or live with relatives other than their parents. Young women in this category are more than twice as likely as their peers to become pregnant by age 19. What is more troubling is that many of these young women experience more than one pregnancy before they turn 19. UNLV professor and licensed marriage and family therapist Catherine Hertlin is not surprised with this trend.
Kids in foster care may have what we call a sense of disrupted attachment. Okay, so they have never figured out how to attach to an early caregiver. They've never figured out what it means to feel secure. And part of the way in which they respond to that is by looking for opportunities to kind of recreate some attachments and security. If you have a child and the child depends on you, then you can say, look, this is a secure relationship. My baby depends on me. And so this is the way that I've chosen to kind of resolve my attachment injury.
The numbers are startling. The National Survey on Child and Adolescent Well-Being examined 900 adolescents in the child welfare system. More than 1/3 of young women in the study described themselves as definitely or probably wanting to get pregnant. The Dreamer Project is led by the Clark County Department of Family Services with community partners like Big Brothers Big Sisters and the Southern Nevada Health District, with support from the Lindsay Institute here at UNLV. 400 foster youth will be studied over the course of a 5-year demonstration project. Each foster child will also be given a smartphone to track their experiences and communicate with mentors and the research team. Dreamer Project researchers at the Lindsay Institute hope their work in the field will lead to a better understanding of this social phenomenon. For Studio G, I'm Tommy Laren.
For more information on this groundbreaking research taking place at the Lindsay Institute, visit unlv.edu/Lindsay Institute. Or simply take a walk over to the second floor on our very own Greenspun Hall.
Good afternoon, race fans, and thanks for tuning in to this week's segment of Trackside. As always, I'm Bree Bradley. We begin today with some tragic news from this weekend's SCORE Baja 1000. Kurt Caselli passed away this Friday as a result of injuries sustained in a crash just 80 miles from the finish. Caselli was in a leading position when he crashed at high speeds, resulting in severe head trauma. He later died of his injuries in Ensenada, Baja California, Mexico. While it is still unsure what caused Caselli's crash at race mile 796, SCORE officials now assure it was not a man-made booby trap. One of the more decorated competitors in the off-road ranks, Caselli was a 3-time AMA National Hare and Hounds champion. He had won the Desafio Ruta 40 rally in Argentina this year. He also made his debut in the 2013 Dakar Rally. Despite being a newcomer to this famous race, Caselli won 2 Dakar stages. Last but not least, he was also a 3-time champion in the World Off-Road Championship Series, or WORCS. KTM published their official press release early Saturday morning. Head of KTM Motorsports, Pit Bierer, said, "Today we lost a KTM hero in the worst possible circumstances. We are shocked and saddened by this tragic news, and our thoughts and deepest condolences go out to Kurt's family. Kurt was much more than a very talented rider. He was also an exceptional team player. He represented and lived by the values and a passion for racing that lies at the very core of KTM. Our sport has lost much more than a great rider. We have also lost an excellent ambassador for off-road racing." While any death in the dirt bike world hits the racing industry hard, the death of Kurt Caselli will be felt worldwide. Kurt was nothing short of a legend on 2 wheels and a friend to anyone that he came in contact with. My thoughts and prayers are with all of Kurt's friends and family at this time. In a little bit lighter news, NASCAR finally concluded its 2013 Sprint Cup Series and crowned a champion. Now it's a hashtag, a reference to abs, and used to measure cans, but Jimmy Johnson makes his championship a 6-pack. Winning 5 consecutive championships from 2006 to 2010, Jimmy Johnson managed to gain his 6th by finishing 9th at Homestead this weekend. Finishing 7 spots behind Matt Kenseth put the 48 19 points ahead of the Joe Gibbs Racing driver in the 2013 chase. Kenseth started from the pole at Homestead but finished as a runner-up in the points season finale. Kenseth's teammate Denny Hamlin finished 1st, Dale Jr. finished in 3rd, followed by Martin Truex Jr. and Clint Boyer. Johnson managed to win this year's championship and finish at Homestead despite a few race scares, including on lap 194 when several cars stacked up on the restart. Johnson was forced to think quickly, making contact with title contender Kenseth. The contact damaged Johnson's left front fender and dropped him 15 positions from 8th to 23rd. Johnson managed to move up slowly into the top 10 after restarting 17th with 56 laps remaining. Well, that's going to do it for today's news in the industry of speed. When we come back from the break, Studio G's very own Heather Feyerberger will sit down with Love Hate Away band members Victor Flores and Elliot Garfias. Stay tuned.
This is your house too. Located on the campus of UNLV on Brussels Street sits Housel House, the Center for Social Justice. A place where everyone can participate, explore cultural identity, share different experiences, and learn leadership skills. No judgments. You are accepted, you are important, and you are welcomed.
Stand up, speak out, and change the world.
You drinking tonight?
Nah, not tonight.
Well, give me a couple beers. You want some?
No, stop.
Come on, just
Stop.
take a drink.
No.
It's just a drink.
I have to drive us home. Can
I'm
you even
good.
walk in a straight line?
Yes, want me to show you?
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Man, what are you talking about? I got this.
Just give me the keys, please.
I mean, I ain't drunk though.
Welcome back from the break. Today we're joined with band members Victor Flores and Elliot Garfias of Love Hate Away. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
So, I've seen you guys perform. I think you're awesome. How did Love Hate Away get started?
Love Hate Away got started probably at a party. I was at a party with this guy and I didn't know about this guy. And I heard that he played guitar. And so I asked him, I was like, we should jam out. And we jammed out and we kind of clicked and we just said, let's start something. And then he introduced me to our drummer, Romeo, and our bass player, Brian. And we didn't have a singer. So I kind of cruised through the internet through Facebook, and I came across Reverb Nation, and I found her, and I said, "That's the girl. That's what I want." So I sent her an email, and she said, "Let's rock. Let's do
And your
this."
singer's name is?
Christiana.
Christiana, and she's the only female in the band, right?
She's the only female in the band.
Awesome. Well, how long then have you guys been a band? How long have you guys been playing together?
It's about 2 years now. We started off pretty rough. We went out through several singers. So I think we went through probably 3 singers before we got to Christiana. So once we got to her, started writing material. She introduced us to some of her, her music, and then we just kind of all clicked. And so far, we've just been playing shows locally.
Awesome. And so, what are your thoughts on the Vegas music scene? I mean, big bands have come out of here like Panic and Killers.
I think we have a great local scene. It doesn't have the recognition it deserves. There's a lot of great local bands that we had the opportunity to play with. There's Rusty Maple, Same Sex Mary. There's Play for Keeps, Almost Normal. So there's a lot of good talent out there. It's just a matter of getting discovered, and I think Vegas is a good scene. The downtown area does a really good.
Absolutely.
It does a lot of good for the local scene, and places like Beauty Bar, the Griffin, Triple B's definitely help out the local scene a lot.
Now, speaking of venues, what's the favorite you guys have played at? I know I saw you guys at House of Blues.
House of Blues was definitely a good experience, but I think they all have their own unique environments. Personally, I like playing at Beauty Bar. We have a lot of the locals coming, and then you get a lot of good acts there.
I'd probably say Triple B's.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably a new venue that's out there, and they have a pretty good sound system there, and the lighting is pretty good.
And I know that you have a show this weekend, so where's that at? Tell us about that.
That show is this Friday at the Beauty Bar with the Moving Units, and Moving Units was a band that I grew up with when I used to skateboard, and it used to be in a lot of skate videos. So when I found out that we were playing with Moving Units, I was really excited, and I think it's a really big step forward for us.
Yeah, that'll be this Friday with a local act, Close to Modern, also helping out. I believe tickets are $10 at the door, so definitely come check it out.
And, how do you go about getting these shows, especially with, a band that you said that you've grown up with?
Honestly, I think we like to say it's word to mouth, because we're not the best at looking for shows, but I think just our music kind of represents ourselves. So, a lot of help from the promoter from Beauty Bar, Ruben, helps us out. Same thing from Triple B's, Patrick. At House of Blues, we get a lot of help from Fig, so he helps us out a lot. So it's they just kind of randomly hit us up and, give us opportunity to play, so.
And now, what are some of your goals for the band? Where do you guys see yourselves next year, 5 years from now,
I'd say
buy your CD?
Obviously the big goal would probably be getting signed. That's the big one right there. I'd probably say more shows, definitely play a lot more bigger venues, and get this EP released out, and hopefully someday someone picks us up.
And we are running out of time, but EP, anything then coming very soon, or is it something you're working on?
Right now we have a 3-song demo that we're giving out, and then we're working on a 5-song EP that we should hopefully release within 3 months, so definitely look out for that.
All right, awesome. Well, Elliot, Victor, thank you guys so much. And then hopefully Friday at Beauty Bar, right?
Friday at Beauty
Bar.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Don't click that mouse. Studio G will be right back.
Professional development through competitive events, community involvement, and leadership development.
I joined DECA because I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. So I got to meet people, network, and definitely work on my public speaking.
To join DECA, it's a very simple process. You have to pay a $25 membership fee. You can either come to our next meeting, our website, which is unlvdeca.co.vu.
We're open to all majors who are interested in business, finance, or hospitality-related fields.
James Grant. King Louie here.
This is Jennifer.
Crystal May McGuerza.
I'm Savannah.
Zoe here.
This is your boy Miles Lowe.
Christian FGY.
Kaylin Hype. And I'm Jay Luna.
My Mind's Music.
Gonzo Radio.
Combox Radio.
Join us for happy hour.
The Miles Lowe Midweek Show.
Ill Vibe Theory.
On KUNV.
KUNV. KUNV.
KUNV HD2.
91.5 The Rebel.
Broadcast on Revcast.com.
In 2011, the federal government shut down many offshore online poker sites for charges of money laundering, bribery, and miscoding transactions. Many poker players have waited patiently for a legal online site, and after 2 years, they finally can play Ultimate Poker or the World Series of Poker online.
They didn't want to hurt employment, and they wanted to make sure that
it was additive to what was being offered already. So they studied markets like Europe that have been offering online gaming for more than a decade. And the results prove that playing online and offline poker actually helps both.
As of now, Nevada is the only state that allows legal online gaming, but many predict that more states
become
will
a
be
better player than a live person would, and you progress at a faster rate. This is because you see a lot more hands in a given session than you would live. So live, you see probably about 30 to 40 hands an hour, compared to online, where you see about 90 to 100 hands per hour.
Wanted to make sure that it was additive to what was being offered already. So they studied markets like Europe that have been offering online gaming for more than a decade. And the results prove that playing online and offline poker actually helps both. Regimes that offered poker were being offered by offshore operators who had to follow no rules at all. They didn't care what age you were, they didn't care where you were from or how you got money on their site. But Nevada regulators take this very seriously.
As of now, Nevada is the only state that allows legal online gaming, but many predict that more states will soon become a part of the online gaming industry.
The biggest shopping day of the year, Black Friday, has been changed to Thursday. Reporter Ashley Schaefer has more.
Black Friday is changing to Thursday this year. Instead of enjoying Thanksgiving dinner with your families, many people are going to be out on the streets trying to buy the best deal. UNLV students tend to think that Thanksgiving is a time for thanking, not for shopping.
Like Thanksgiving, you're supposed to be thankful for things that you already have, and then a few hours later, you're out shopping and buying all these things that you don't even need. So the fact that it's now on Thanksgiving instead of the day after makes it even worse, in my opinion, and just ruins the holiday altogether.
I think it's kind of sad because that means isn't Thanksgiving a time to be thankful for everybody, for our family and friends? So now we go shopping. I feel like it's too much consumerism that way.
Shoppers aren't the only ones outraged to moving Black Friday shopping to Thursday. Employees at Kmart are upset to have to work. Kmart first stated that they had volunteers for the Thursday's Black Friday event. And then they said this gives associates the opportunity to make some additional money this holiday season. So remember to shop early. For Studio G, I'm Ashley Schaefer.
Thanks, Ashley. Before heading out to catch the best deals, make sure to check out what time your favorite stores are open on Thanksgiving.
Well, that does it for today's Studio G. I'm Honey Love.
And I'm Farah Ninos. Tune in tomorrow for more Studio G. Have a great day, Rebels. All right, so that was fun.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
It was a learning experience.
Why